Call the meeting to order at 6:01. Kara, up the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What are you doing here? Keeping me in line?
It's a three-person job.
Call in special forces. Any change to the agenda?
No, no changes.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the agenda for this evening?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And, sir, are you here to have some comment? Check it out,
Yeah,
okay.
So I'll introduce the topic. So this is Josh. He reached out. He's interested in starting a community garden. So he's worked with the city of New Prague with a nonprofit there who's been active for, I think, 20, 25 years. So he lives in town and he's interested in bringing that here. So he just was here to get your guys to hear the conversation and chime in if he felt the need to.
Okay.
So I guess just introducing the topic, initial thoughts on if you'd like me to spend time doing some research or if you have interest or just any
Well,
thoughts.
I've thought it was a great idea to have a community garden since I started on the Parks and Rec board.
So, and we did talk about it some years back, up on top of, Windrose, up on the top, up by Pete's Hill and stuff. There was talk up there at one time with some of those lots up there that we sold then, turned into, but, yeah, I don't have a problem with talking about it.
Well, I'd have to ask if it's a vegetable garden, a flower garden. We do have our HOA, and we had all the forms, went through the whole format. Jake was here and put together a policy on community gardens. And so we put a pollinator garden in on the corner right at the top of when you come up to the top of our road, in the corner there, and it turned out really nice, and the plants are wonderful, and we got like 50 people that live there and walk by it, and so we all take care of it. So we manage it, we weed it. It really turned out nice, and the bees and the hummingbirds, we planted it, all perennial plants, and it turned out, it's very nice. You'd have to go up and look at it, and there's a couple big boulders there that, provide some heat, and the lady that lives on the end there, she's now moved, but we water it and when it needs it, and it's pretty well established now. It's all wood chipped, and it's really nice, nice garden. And when we first moved here, I always forget the name of that street. As you walk down our path all the way into Windrose area.
Meadow Ridge.
Huh?
Meadow Ridge.
Meadow Ridge. Okay, on that corner there by the dog poop station, we noticed there were plants there that were not native plants. There were some perennial plants, and you could kind of tell. And then I heard that the Girl Scouts had a little garden in that corner there at one time, but they never maintained it. So now it just gets mowed down. But the whole key to the thing is if you're going to have it, you better be able to maintain it. And she actually had this. We signed off an agreement that said that we would manage and maintain it.
She did, yep. I found it, and
Did you
yeah,
find that?
yeah, it was from August of 2024, so pretty recently.
Yeah.
So I guess the first question is, would be the intent vegetables?
Yeah, vegetables and other foods for health reasons and to teach children how to garden.
Okay.
I was hoping for something that would have plots for individuals to grow vegetables in and maintain themselves.
And I think that's kind of the way that other cities do it. It's, you kind of rent out a plot, I guess.
Right.
And, there's separate raised beds, and you rent out a spot, and then you can, do with it what you will. So at least in New Prague, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they have I think it's 4 by 10 lots where they, they pay for the boards and stuff to set it up, and then they pay for the dirt, and then they rent it out for, I think, 25 you get like a deposit for it.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
great for residents that have townhomes or live in apartments where they can't garden vegetables.
Yeah.
And you know, even somebody like me that owns a house and has a garden, I mean, there comes a point where you just don't wanna take up any more of your grass. So, you know, I mean, even
I can
for
see that.
people like me that have a small garden, I mean, a second garden would be cool too, so.
Do you do a rental fee? How do you?
Yeah, well,
It's all managed by the city though, or?
no, I mean, in New Prague, and I'd like to emulate that potentially. It's kind of ran by a nonprofit, and it's on city land, but a nonprofit does all of the renting, and so from my understanding, they pay people there who rent out a spot, pay $5 for the water fees for the year, and then a $25 down payment every year, and then they get it back when they don't want their lot anymore, if there's no damage. Otherwise, the $25 goes towards fixing the wood or whatever.
We've got one at Holy Trinity in New Prague. And that's a pretty captive audience there of our senior citizens and people, and then they basically fix the food and serve it to the people who go to church on Wednesday nights. So it's kind of a great idea, as long as, again, as long as you've got some, I've been through this community garden thing a number of times in different cities. Burnsville's got a beautiful, on Nicollet Avenue, beautiful gardens that the Hosta Club donated, took over. So they've got hundreds of these gorgeous hostas that they maintain it, and they keep all of the name plaques and everything. So it's more of an educational experience than a food experience, but it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Do we have a place where we'd be able to put something like this?
I think that would be
The
one of the biggest
research.
pieces of discussion, is
Yeah.
finding a site. I think just from, it was just, this was just brought to my attention yesterday, and I can think of 5 to 10 spots off the top of my head where there would be space on city-owned land. So from what I hear, I'm hearing interest enough to look into it more.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Okay.
I think it's safe to say also, like, I hear the potential concern of someone quitting and then leaving it, and then it's the city's problem to maintain, but, we would, like I said, emulate New Prague and have some sort of system down and, some form of payment in case that does happen, so we don't incur cost, essentially, so.
Right.
The one up at Beach Hill, it just kind of went away and got mowed down with the rest of the grass, so. When you get groups like that, when you get, say, Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, he'll get one troop that'll be there for a couple of years, then all of a sudden they're gone, and then the other troops are probably without a leader. Minneapolis, we had some, but they were very, very, they were a nightmare. These were vandalism and people stealing all the vegetables, and it was,
Yeah.
yeah. It was
That's
pretty-
was
it
my
pretty-
thoughts too, concerns and how that's gonna be managed and,
Yeah.
That is a potential concern, but it wouldn't, the city
That's all.
wouldn't be responsible for it,
Sure. or if they didn't, the group, someone in the thing is neglecting their spot, and they're not maintaining it, then
Right.
how does that get, you're talking somebody's running it, but
No, good
if they're
question.
not, yeah, so
Yeah.
all those kinds of
A lot of them
questions.
are fenced in by a chain link fence to prevent that somewhat, but it doesn't always help.
Sure,
Yeah, up at Peter Worth, we had to have a 7-footer though.
Keep the deer out
Deer.
too.
The deer.
all right, so
Okay.
I guess we'll
I'll bring
add
back
it to
some,
your,
yeah, I'll bring back some research with potential locations and then considerations, I suppose. And, yeah. Anything else you want to add to it? or- Okay, awesome.
Great place to start.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely be in touch with you. So, yeah, and you're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting too. We got a lot of interesting stuff going on in the parks, so.
thanks, Josh. All right,
We talked about that too. Remember a couple of years ago, somebody brought about the pollinator? Was doing them around buildings and things like that.
yep.
and different things
I don't remember what,
that was a county program. It was a county was gonna sponsor that one, so
okay,
it kind of just went away.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, no one came forward anymore with it,
Yeah.
talking about it. All right. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from December 10th?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then the minutes from January 14th. Make a motion.
I'll motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Moving it along.
All right, general business. So, in my mind, this is almost a consent agenda item. We've discussed this and agreed upon the terms of the policy for the park and trail lighting. I hope you guys have read through it. I assume you did. So if you'd like me to pull it up, I sure can, and we can talk through it. Otherwise, it's laid out exactly like we said. You know, if someone wants to put a light somewhere, they're able to come to the Parks Commission and request that to see if the city wants to use funds. And if we're not interested in that, then they have a second option to do the petitioning process. So it's all laid out in there.
But
Okay.
you also talk about if the city decides we should put lights up underneath our picnic. You know, it's up to the city too, it's not
Yeah.
not just the residents' request, but
Right.
say we should
Right,
have a light
yeah.
underneath this picnic shelter and some power on it, like.
Absolutely, yep. There's something, there's a line in there that states, you know, we don't typically light areas, but we reserve the right to light certain amenities in parks. So, yes.
So just to make that clear, that
Yep.
Okay.
So I guess I'd be asking for a motion for a recommendation to
Approve the.
city council to approve this and adopt this policy.
I'll motion.
Second.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Awesome. And kind of same thing with the park naming policy. We talked about it in December and decided that we're going to do what we've historically done and have our parks named after subdivisions or neighborhoods that they're in. Maybe the developer can propose something like it, you know, for example, Highlands at Eagleview, Highlands Park or something, and then the Parks and Recreation Commission has the final say on whether they'd like that name or not. And we reserve the right to have special ones, like if it's donated, such as Wagner Park. And I also mentioned something about historic Elko Park, just because it was also unique and different from what the rest of our park names are in town, so.
would be like Pete's Hill. is
Right.
named After that owner.
Absolutely, Pete's Hill subdivision, Pete's Hill Park, or open space, so, and we just continue doing that. So, again, I can pull it up if we want to walk through it. Otherwise, I'd ask for a recommendation to city council to adopt this policy.
One thing I was gonna mention, that, and you wrote this very well, nice job, but, there are different ways that people can approach us to name things, and if they're controversial or somebody that, you know, you're not gonna name a Adolf, well, I won't get into that park, you know, but, we, I can't remember if it was Burnsville. The development had been developed and the people didn't really like the name of the park. So we had a contest, a park naming contest amongst the residents, and it turned out kind of cool. I can't, this
Yeah.
is a couple jobs ago, but that's another option that the people can, name their park. And this was not a huge park, it's probably a small neighborhood park, but, so there are ways to do that. And then you'll have people that come up and say, and then the other option is, if you know where the ponds softball fields are in Burnsville. You're familiar with that?
Down,
It's a huge softball complex in Burnsville. Well, no, Prior Lake, I'm sorry, Prior Lake, it's in Prior Lake. Been to too many cities. And the family came up, the former park director, Bill Magnan, had passed away. And so they wanted to change the name. Well, what they did then is they just took the hub, because he was a big softball bat, and just changed the name of the softball hub to Mangan Fields. So it's still Ponds Park and the Mangan Fields. And we did that at another park too, and named it after a guy that got killed in the war and stuff, so, there's options.
There's options.
There's options, you don't have to
Okay.
rename the whole thing. But I think when we get into the developers stuff, sometimes, I don't know, what's.
we're just sticking with that,
Yeah,
we're,
but what is the one, Eagle View at I mean, how
You
long
got
was it?
Highlands at Eagle View, so you probably
Highlands
name
and
it
Eagle
Highlands would be
View,
my
but,
guess.
you know, it gets to be,
Yeah, it wouldn't be the
Just
whole
be like
thing,
Highlands
yeah.
Park or.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, that's,
Yeah.
just cut it down and.
Yep, and that, the policy, yeah, allows for that. So, and, you know, if we, in the future, want to do something fun, like a park change name, like we can do stuff, you know.
Yeah.
This policy, things can always be changed, so,
Can we sell naming rights?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
When Paul retires, yep, it can
Yeah,
be
you
Paul
can name
Hogness.
something after me. I got my name on one plaque at a building, that's about all I got.
Oh, you got your bench.
Yeah, my bench, that, I just, Paul Peg and Scooby-Doo, yeah. bench.
Pickleball, you know,
No.
Nope. that's your only choice now.
No, is that it?
Paul Hogness Memorial
If we get a
Pickleball Stadium.
pickleball court, yeah, let's do it. Probably need a Joe.
How's Joe doing? All right, so motion to approve the policy as it stands.
So moved.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Awesome, thank you. All right, updates and reports. Let me get this off our screen here quick. It only does it in meetings, so it's perfect. All right. So same stuff, really. The Parks Commission update is, you know, we're continuing to remove trees as for the emerald ash borer. Continuing to maintain the rinks, and
maybe.
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 We might be a little out of that this weekend.
oh yeah,
They're cutting down trees.
50 degrees, 50 degrees
Oh,
this
sure.
weekend might put a damper on our
nice.
ice.
Well, we'll have a change then in our March update.
Yep.
But yeah, and Derek received the pickleball net for Ruby Ponds Park, so we'll install that here in the spring.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, there you go.
Probably.
Saturday.
And, yeah, any other questions you guys have, I can answer, otherwise, the financial report was in your packet. Then we're on to, if no questions, we can move on to 8, and Parks Commissioner questions and comments, so.
I noticed that the meetings for the city council and planning are on YouTube already, and I'm just wondering why the Parks and Recreation meetings aren't there as well.
I was wondering that probably about half an hour ago, because because Dan asked me, like, is it okay if, you know, how can he get the information? I said, I'll send him the video. And then I thought to myself, there's no way I can send this video in an email, it's gonna be too large. And then I thought to myself, why are these not on YouTube? So I don't have an answer. I agree.
Okay.
Do you guys think they should be, I guess?
Yeah, I think they should be. I think it's good for the neighborhood to know the updates that we have.
Yeah. It's transparent, and I think that's, you know, part of our mission, absolutely.
Sure you check your teeth now from
Yeah.
coming.
Then I'll have to remember to turn my mic on here too, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's really important. There's a few things to keep in mind if we're gonna post videos, just, you know, how you talk, and you definitely have to talk on the mic so you can't catch it on the recording.
Yeah, and when I'm doing minutes, if we talk in the mic, it makes it so much easier. I don't have to go from like 13 volume to 100 to hear different people talk, so, I don't know. But that would, I think, be the biggest change. That's pretty simple to focus more on talking into the mic, so. It's easy for me. I already edit the video for my own use and have it saved. It would take me 5 minutes to do, so.
There's kind of a decorum that you need to follow, though. I mean, you gotta kind of follow the Robert's Rules of Orders and, watch what you say and your language once in a while, 'cause
We already do that.
It's a little more.
I don't.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, though.
Damn it all.
Yeah. But I think it's good, you know, and as the city grows, hopefully we'll have more people interested in our parks and more people showing up to meetings, and, you know, it'd be nice to get in the practice while only a couple people are watching,
Yeah.
so.
And my wife will love to sit home. So, did we already look at talked about the budget, the financial reports? Did we approve?
We can, I didn't go into detail with
I
it.
just have one question, and I never understood this. The current fund balance, and I'm assuming this is through January 31st of 2026, it says, $167,282.
Which fund are we talking about?
the capital outlay.
Yep.
So is that what we have in the bank, so to speak, for park projects?
Yes. Yep. Well, I mean, for the capital outlay fund, but like, for example, we're using the Fund 240, the charitable gambling fund for historic Elko Park this year.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like all we have in the bank, but it is everything in that fund. Yeah.
167.
Yeah.
And we don't have anything earmarked except for the Elko Old City Hall playground this year, right?
And some of that earmarked for Highlands Park.
Highlands Park, yep, is earmarked, and, yeah. I think that's, let me find which one that's in, though. I'll share my screen here, too, if you guys want to look. It's loading.
So on Highland, what are we buying? A playground,
Playground, pavilion,
a pavilion,
and a sport court,
Yep,
and a sport court?
half sport court.
half sport court. I think it's 382,000 budgeted for that. I'll pull it up right now. Okay, so for Highlands. So, yep, right there, we have it, oops, my bad. So, in this column here. So, yeah, park dedication funds, so that's not our capital outlay. So that'll be, I think Fund 230 is the first one in that memo that I send out every month. It's 182 for Highlands, sorry.
$182?
Yep, that's what we have for, and all this stuff on this left side here in this column is what's intended. So capital outlay, yep. Right here.
Where's the, okay, I see, historic Elko is 40.
Yep, for the charitable gambling, yep. So this year we have for capital outlay just planned 2,500 for Pete's Hill, which is the Pete's Hill sign, which we're probably bringing to the next meeting. And then the 3,000, which I think was for the pickleball court. Or the pickleball
The
net, sorry.
pickleball net.
Yeah, so
And that,
that's all of our expenditures this year in capital outlay fund.
really, okay.
Yeah, which is nice, because I think, you know, when Jake was here, you guys pushed back like the pavilion or the shelter at Wagner Park, and also this 40,000 not, being able to be used by the charitable gambling fund rather than capital outlay. I don't know, makes it a healthier fund balance, obviously.
What's
So.
the 25 to Wagner?
Where?
25,000 in a 230 fund.
The trail.
Oh, that's right.
That's the trail into Wagner?
Yep. And then this 182 is Highlands, and then that 40 is historic Elko Park, and that's all we're doing this year. It's quite a bit, but yeah, that's everything.
What's quite a bit?
It's just, we're doing a lot of good, we're making, 2 new parks in 1 year. I feel like that's
Yeah,
quite
no,
a
that's
bit.
not bad. That's
Not bad at all.
It's
So,
not bad. And but the reason I'm asking is that if there's a way, 40,000 I don't think may not be enough for the old City Hall playground. Might not be enough.
okay.
And so is there a way to get another 20,000? And we could expand that playground also.
I think we would need to go to the city council to amend the budget, but potentially.
But is there, can we go to city council and say, hey, we got the 20,000 in the fund
Yeah, we have
to
more,
spend on it?
yeah, we have more in that fund,
Okay,
a little extra in there. I don't know if how much more we'd want to use. We sure could ask
yeah.
and have a discussion about it. But, yeah, I think first, and it's really high on my to-do list to reach out. I intend to reach out to some park vendors like this week or next week at the latest
Yeah,
to start getting that ball rolling, so.
well, I can tell
Then
you,
we'll know more.
I can tell you. I just think we could expand it and get a little bigger.
I don't think you got room there.
Yeah, you do. But
You can go up, you can't go out. You're
You-
as
you can
big
go-
as you,
you can go out a little more, yeah. If you,
you have to stay within that concrete area.
no, you don't have to. You could.
How do you
could-
get by with the driveway?
Huh?
The driveway to the ball
I'm talking about
field?
going the other direction or
Down the
back
hill?
towards the other, no, towards the fence. We'll talk about that some other time, but it'd be nice to. And what we've got going there is, it's not legal, is we've got the swing set right now is not legal with the bucket swing and a strap swing, you can't put in the same bay together. So that's where I'm kinda coming from, that you might need to put a separate bay somehow and design that in there, cause you can't, like I said, you can't have those two together, we currently do. So
Okay.
there might be a way to expand that a little bit, and,
Yeah, well,
so, we'll look at it.
I think to expand the swing set, you would have to take something else out though, for your fall area.
We could talk about that, we could look at it, I walked it and paced it, and, yeah, I'm not talking 1,000 feet, I'm talking, 20, 30 feet growth,
Sure.
so.
noted.
Noted. Okay.
And $40,000 isn't buying much for a playground anymore, I can tell you that,
I believe you. Yeah, well,
That's
Yeah.
what was donated.
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what it comes back with.
yeah. And I don't particularly think, and Tom said at one time, that our standard should be a playground and a picnic shelter. I don't think that has to be a standard
There's
in all of
no,
our parks.
there's no way we're putting a shelter there.
But we are in, but that's what I'm saying, not there. I'm saying other, Boulder Heights, we could have put a lot bigger, nicer playground in without a picnic shelter.
Yeah,
And then you provide picnic areas and picnic tables, but you don't necessarily need,
yeah. No, there's nothing in our policy documents at all that say we
Yeah.
require a shelter, so,
yeah.
no. I don't-
Tom just said that should be our standard from now on, but.
Well, that's up to you
Could
guys.
be.
Oh,
Take it on a per basis.
Yep,
and see
exactly.
what we're- each one as we go along.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that what was decided for Highlands before we go and talk to? Okay,
From
When we,
Jake worked on it.
okay.
right, when, we were working with the developer on and the city council on the amount of land and you, we just simply asked the developer the city council asked the developer to provide enough land at a minimum for a playground, a shelter, and a sport court. So that was the only direction from the city council on that one.
Okay.
Not necessarily that they all be built immediately, but I think that was the intent.
Yeah, definitely. And, yeah, all those, it was adopted in the budget too, so they're obviously for it, so.
I'm just saying, you gotta be flexible when you're
Oh, yeah, we will. be.
designing a park, and
Absolutely.
playground's probably the most important function in the park, and
Mhm.
hard surface play areas also,
Agreed.
Because that's why because we had kind of talked to them about redoing that park area there. That's
That
when
was
they-
for Eagle View Meadows,
Eagle.
just to the east of it.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, and they did, and
Yeah.
it looks nice. You're gonna see it again soon. It looks
Okay.
good.
Is that the one I mentioned about the,
It's the one with like the cul-de-sac that had that pond kind of going on the west side. You know, it was like intended to be a big park eventually, but they reconfigured it to pretty much what we asked. I think you guys are gonna be happy to with what it is,
Okay.
so.
Any other questions or comments? Anyone?
I didn't want to get home too early, see.
Your wife will make you go shovel the driveway.
Yeah, see if the neighbor guy's over there. Wait a minute.
Do you guys have anything more for us?
I got nothing. Derek?
Nothing? Derek?
I think we're good.
All right. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting then?
All motion.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Oh.
you, everybody.
Can I say one more thing just for the record?
No, meeting's over.
Too bad.
Mike's still on.
The maintenance guys are doing a great job in getting rid of our diseased trees. They're doing a nice job, and they're cleaning up after themselves, and
They are
so,
doing
so,
great.
so compliment goes out to them, and I find it hard to believe that, you know, with 4 guys, they're taking down and moving a lot of trees.
They've taken a lot of trees down.
Yeah, yeah,
A lot to go, but they've taken a lot.
but I
You're
also,
sitting in your office, huh? Nice and cozy? Yeah.
I told them not to start that wood chipper up before 8 AM, though.
I think it was 9:15.
Yeah, you're right. No, I'm just kidding you. I'm just kidding you. Oh, they are so loud.
Yeah.
Still disappointed you didn't accidentally take down my tree too.